I kind of had been working on a design and I wasn't happy for it. I wasn't happy with what I was doing with the fourth location. I spent like probably easily 20 hours on this one. Just like going back and forth between different designs and shit. Because I've got to like account for twice as many people as I ever have before. And I also, that's right, I did the setting where you don't automatically start. Hold on. I gotta remember where this is. Pause on load. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, this is Minwick. I can't zoom out any more than this. But yeah, it's taken me like a week of sorting out what kind of like design I sort of want and stuff. And it's pretty hard to see. I also found it fucking annoying with the new where is it? With the new of these, because if it's the same fucking color, it picks up and like lifts up. Like, hold on, let me click on this. See how it like selects it all? If it's all the same color and it's interjoined with it, it all connects everything. So when I'd be like, oh, I don't like this design, and I'd remove it, it would just wipe out like my crosshair and shit too. So that was a learning curve. That was frustrating. But yeah, so far I think I've got some of my people coming in. I've got some beds made. I've got just in here at the moment. We'll make some beds and stuff. None of this is walls yet. They'll have to make that, but like I figured this is gonna be a workshop space kind of thing. So like they can dig into that, and we could just use that as like additional sort of mining space, because I'll need to get into here anyway. But I probably want to come in from the sides. I'll leave it as is for the moment because I just want them to like clear out another space so they can work on stuff. They'll give them something to start with. But yeah, I've got a very, very small storage for them at the minute, and we're going to be bringing in some mining equipment and some benches and stuff like that. I've got a caravan on the way. But yeah, I finally got to a design that I kind of liked. So yeah, we'll be starting to build that. But yeah, my caravan's like all the way over here. It's still got like 8 days. I don't know if it's going to get there tonight. I've also got to wait for my other little caravan to get closer to Dryden so that I can launch it. I can launch a couple of people over here. But what I probably will do, I haven't really decided on the materials that I'm going to use for this, but I do want to start getting a couple of like the bedrooms and shit set up. I am also going to lose some grow space and stuff, as you guys can see. I'm going to lose some of that, but I'm just going to consider that like a net loss because I'm going to have hydroponics as well. Like I'm going to have a couple of these around the place. I literally just left a couple of hydroponic basins here to remind myself what that circle is. I can't tell you how many hours I spent working on this morning, but I didn't go to sleep until 2, so it's been a while. I also have some things around here that they might end up working on, which shouldn't be too much of a problem. I'll let them do whatever they're going to do. They're going to do some mining down here too. Like if they build the solars, that's cool. But yeah, my biggest complication with having a colony of nearly 300 is the housing situation. So yeah, where is this boomalope? Is it here or is it home? It's home. All right. So yeah, I've got to wait for a couple of people to get back here, and I'm still sending transport pods, but I'm waiting for them to make some chem fuel. But it's fine. We've got like 25,000 wood. So like the only thing I could do to speed up that would be to bring it like closer, but they'd still walk it down to storage. So it doesn't matter. The other thing I had too with this place is I had the challenge of trying to make things very slightly more efficient, which is why you can kind of see, I know I can't select them all at once, I don't think. Nah, this is why you can kind of see that everything's a lot closer. So it'd be a little bit more like the first map I had. But yeah, we'll see how we go. I should be able to connect up like power and stuff. Like there should be probably not enough components yet to do solar, although they should use like steel and shit, so it's not a huge issue. Whoops. That's fine, I can literally just throw that back on there. Be a bit of a, I gotta not do that. What is it over by? It's over by 2. All right. Yeah, so I know I've got the layout for everything, but I'll slowly start building everything. Hopefully I didn't cancel these ones. No, I put the thing on. Hey Mup, hey Snipe. Fuck you guys up to? Come in, what are you guys up to? I want that on the dead center one. So this one makes it a bit easier. There we go. I think I gotta go out by like 3. But yeah, I spent a lot of time working on this with mainly the sound muted, because I found it was a lot of wind blowing, unfortunately. Hold on. Yeah, I gotta go back up more. Today is a good day. Oh yeah? You got some time off? Something like that? The usual waiting to not be broke. What? What do you mean the waiting not to be broke? Alright, let's put the thing on that. Now, I can't guarantee that they're not going to try to build these because my X doesn't actually work. But we'll see. We'll see. Here's my caravan coming home too. That's great. I got to send some of these guys straight over. I'll wait till they get inside and then I'll grab them. But in the meantime, I got to go around and grab these. Alright. I do want them to build like the geothermals and stuff like that, but I do need to pick and choose which and what they're gonna build. They have got set to basically go around and chop down a shit ton of wood, like across the map. But we'll see what they end up doing with that. I just don't want them to actually do anything with this. I don't know why I just didn't select for them not to do something with it. But there's only going to be like a couple of geothermals I want them to get cracking on, and or solar, and it's going to be, we're going to start from like one side of the map. We're going to start over here and then work our build over. That's what we're going to be doing. So I do want that one done because it is winter and it's like 36 indoors. Well, it doesn't really matter if it's built on there or not. They got a geothermal thing for a minute. I could probably say don't build that one. I had to get them a warm room because outside is like 3 degrees and sometimes it's getting like negative and stuff. So I don't want them to freeze or have like all sorts of hypothermia. So they're going to go around. They're going to build the electricals. That is one thing I did enable is I've got... I don't know if it's cut off. There we go. I have hidden wire all the way around the outside. They will build that. That's pretty priority because we're going to do turrets. As soon as they arrive, I'm going to connect those up if I can. They're going to build the fence. They're the 2 first priorities. So once I get the deep drill in here and we get a bit more in the way of resources, I'm also wondering if I can just... I know I had that set to not chunks, but I'm just going to say to bring over chunks for a moment because I don't want anything else in here for the minute apart from that. And I'll get some haulers to start moving some stuff out of the way. Mind you, we don't have space to put all of the rocks. But yeah. Also, this will be my prison. I played with so many different fucking shapes and stuff because between here and my last 2 locations, like I have a lot more like knowledge of how to like make the weird shapes and shit. So I was playing with them a lot. Like we had a sun design, we had various like stars, we had like some moon, all sorts of stuff. But my only problem with it was that I found that like I kind of just, as much as I thought they were interesting and pretty, they were very impractical for existing in. And I'm like, I already know my shapes and shit like that. I normally use like diamonds and crap, right? But I know that they fit like an X number of benches and people and whatever. It's similar how with like the condo situation, I really wanted to have like circles for their condos. I always wanted that from like the last 2 locations, but it wastes an amount of additional floor kind of thing, and I can't heat and cool it. Whereas like I think this is the clearest one to see. This one you can kind of see that like if this is a bedroom, I'm doing a double wall on the back so it's more insulated. Mind you, it doesn't matter along the rock face, but then they'll have pathways they can go between it, unlike with here where I did up down as opposed to sideways. I wanted it sideways with this one, but my brain broke when I was building it, so we just left it as was. Hey church, welcome in. Dan. How's everyone today? Tired? Yeah? Not as sore as yesterday. So that's always a good thing. But still very tired. I didn't go to sleep till like 2 p.m. And I almost slept in tonight. So yeah, that almost happened. But yeah, I got a pretty easy night tonight. Just lots and lots of building and stuff. I'm just trying to find where there's the rest of my animals. I was trying to figure out where the rest of my animals were so I could drop them. Yeah, there's a lot of colonists, and there are literally a few hundred animals and stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. So hold on, that chicken's down. What are you doing down? You hypothermia? Malnutrition. That's all right. We'll call you. We got malnutrition because we had a cold snap. We didn't have any greenage for a little bit, so we're working on that. Now, I do want to send Mal, and I should have a couple of people back now. This one's in progress. This one's in progress. Marble, that one's ready to go. Alright, hold on. Check that. I guess it doesn't really matter where this lands. I'm still going to try to chuck it down next to storage, if and where I can. Let's see what else we got. This one's empty. It's got most of its fuel. So who do I want to send? I want to send Mal. Hold on, let me move my thing over there. Get out of the way, you've been too big. Hold on. I have a document for this. I want to send, now that I can see it properly, I want to find Lincoln, Seahorse, Mal, Costa, and Senma. That's the other Mal. Let's see who we got. I do want to send Chalky eventually, but not right now. I'm sending a couple of gunners and a couple of extreme builders, so there's my Mal. Okay, there's Mal. And who else can we send with you? I don't care which one goes with you as long as it can hold it. Also, I'm pretty sure we're about to get smacked with an ad, just as a heads up. They're only like once an hour, but they go for a few minutes. Where is... I would say Lincoln's right down the bottom, but I would think that Senma would be somewhere up here as well. Move a little bit faster. There's Shadow again. I do want to send Shadow. There's Seahorse. Alright, we'll send Mal and Seahorse in the first one. I should have probably padded out some extra food, but that's okay. This one empty? Yeah, this one's empty. Okay, this one can take maybe Lincoln and Acosta, or Acosta and Senma. I know they're not near the top. Hold on. Let's just drag us down to here. There's Lincoln. Alright. I also don't know for sure. These two have got their guns, which is great. But I don't know for sure if the other ones do. And I still have pemmican and other shit stowed away. So we'll send them a little bit. I should have sent steel in the last one, realistically, because that was a bit of waste. This one's got nothing in it. I don't super want to chuck somebody into one that's not fully full. What are you doing? Are you refueling? We can use that one. Yeah, okay. He's gonna start filling up that one. Where's Senma? I'm pretty sure it's just... Yeah, Senma's the last one I got left. Actually, hold on. There she is. She's right at the top. Okay, Senma, and I don't have reason to send anybody else. So, we do have a few components. I don't know if I'm loading them into another thing. I probably am. But I am going to need a lot of steel. So, I will send a lot of steel. Alright. Well, now that they're going to pack up, there's Senma right there. She might be ready in like a minute, but the steel's going to take a hot minute to like pad up. I have got, now that I don't have to worry about here for a little bit, I'll leave them be. They'll be fine. So, I have a caravan that's almost here. It'll be here probably by the end of the night, I would say. Oh, there's my drop pods. Oh, that did not land right. Oh, that was a little bit off. Fuck that. Hold on. Let me get my roof back up here. I wasn't expecting them to be off by a bit. I need to allow a bit more wiggle room. I'll land them out there next time. I haven't seen it do that before. That's funny. Annoying, but funny. Does worth, mate. Can I get you to build the roof? Cool. Alright, well, I'll leave him be. What do I want first? I wouldn't mind like one of these spaces first. They are going to dig out that one. I don't need the hydroponics up first. The grow space could be useful to enclose, so we might get one of these going. I think we're going to mostly work with marble here because I think we got marble here. And there's a fire. That would be the, yeah, boomalope. It's fine. I also need to make sure that I'm actually killing the creatures and stuff because there are animals here, but I don't have any of mine. So I don't need to worry about that. I'm also not going to attack the thrombos here because I don't have enough people and animals to deal with that. So yeah, I'll get a grow room up and running. I mean, this will give our harvester people something to do. I also want this to be rice. Most of the grow spaces I have got down, they're going to be, what do you call it? They're going to be probably mostly outdoors for a bit, and I know that it's like winter, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Surgery, Tadashi's fine. He'd be right. Whoops. I don't know. Cancel that. Yeah, no, the building part of RimWorld I find is like deliciously methodical. So it's a super calming night, which is nice. Like, I also only want them to build what I want them to build. Last time with here, it was so urgent because we had everybody coming at once. Because of the emergency evacuation and stuff, and we had the 20 prisoners coming as well, that we had to, like, we only had this center box, this rectangle here. That's all we had at the time, and it had like all of our storage, it had our animals and all sorts of stuff. And yeah, it was extreme priority to get storage and beds and like kitchens and anything and everything up and running ASAP. It was a really bad fucking situation with this place. But this one, the tile isn't broken. We've got a little bit of time. I know that the game's not going to run the best while we've got a 1.5 tile and a 1.6 game, but we have a little bit of time, which is really nice. I've also got to remember to put some damn doors on this. I would like them to not have as many entrances to the grow spaces, so we don't have as many like door slip-ups, but I'll see how I go with like one set for the moment. The other thing too is, without actually building anything, because I have so much wood, I can actually go around and like just put down where the doors and shit are. kind of want to put that on dead end, but I think it'd be there, realistically. I don't think I'll build out to there. This will come off the shape just a tiny bit, because I don't think I can build that on its own on the end. I don't know if that seals. I could try one of them, but the one that I've got that's getting built is in the cave. So, yeah. We'll see. Because it should be much more like this, where I don't have the end and I don't have the bit behind it. We found it, structure and stuff. Yeah, they could go around and build like 50 fucking doors around the place. It'd be right. I also haven't sorted out where the doors are going to be for the condos. So, we'll see. We'll see where those end up going later. But for the moment, I've got some stuff for miners to do, some stuff for growers. I don't really have anything for my hunters, but to be honest, it's fine. What's wrong with these guys? What's going on? Hold on. Why are you all unhappy? Stressed, ate raw food, awful barracks, drowsy, hungry, filled darkness, slept in heat. It might honestly be a bit too hot in here, sleeping alone. I didn't realize you had a partner. Your husband's Franklin. He's on the way. He's literally on the way. Just fucking calm down. I don't think all of them are in a relationship. I don't know who the fuck Sally is. I have a fucking Sally? Okay. Alright. That's really is just news to me, but okay. You got Franklin. Who have you got? Chimpanzees. Chimpanzees here. Unless it's the other chimpanzee. Hold up. Might be the other chimpanzee. I'm not sending over a butcher because we could butcher things, but I don't have a really good, like, storage. This is all we got at the moment, and I've just barely started to get it cool. So it's really not gonna be cold enough to sustain peeled animals too much. Although realistically, I could set up a peeling bench if I wanted to, I guess. I could set up a peeling bench in there and they could just like bring stuff in from that. Once they mine it out, I'll let them do mining and stuff. They've got a lot of plant cutting. They have a lot of you can kind of all see it at nighttime actually. Hold on. You can see it really nicely at nighttime. I didn't realize this. I've been on like the one daytime scene, but yeah, these are all beds up here. That's going to be a grow room. These are going to be like workshop kind of rooms. That's going to be my prison, hospital, kitchens, more hospital, more workspaces, another grow room, hospital, grow room, and yeah, more beds and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of nice to be able to show you this. I didn't realize I could do that at night. I didn't realize how visible it was at night. I've been, like I said, because I had it paused on daytime. I've had it on daytime this whole time, and I've just been like designing stuff. So I haven't seen it kind of like click over. I'm also missing a chunk of stuff here. I think I know what happened, but it's fine. They already built that. That's good. I think what they do is they remove the dots when they build it. It sort of looks that way. That could be a problem because yeah, they're gonna completely wipe out where these are. Although I'll put a couple back. I'll put a couple of these dots thingies back and it won't even matter. So, how much have we got a space here for this? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's 5th. Alright. So, space is 4. And then it's the spot is 5th. Alright. So we won't lose those couple of markers and they will help us. They're going to help us move those around. The other thing too is I should be able to, from memory, pretty sure I can just do that. Marry it up to where one of these things are blue. There we go. This isn't going to work perfectly for like coming down the center here, but it will help me get some of it back. All right, this spot here. I don't want to deconstruct that. I just want to get rid of that one. Yeah. All right, hold on. What are we doing across the way? We're stopping it on the outside and leaving a big gap. All right, I'm cool with that. So I just got to see how close we come up with that, because I might have just removed the one that was closer. But this is the only thing I've found was useful so far. Okay, there we go. So that will stay there, because when they build this, we will lose like the outer lines and stuff. It does not matter for this outer fence. I don't care. That can disappear, right? But I still need to know these individual blue dots are where the turrets are going. And I've got to be able to fucking see them. So even just having that on either side will be useful. I've just got to find a little spot at the top when they start building up along here and get like one little section, even if it's like up here or something like that. And then mirror it and stuff so that the turrets are evenly spaced. I don't know how many turrets I'm putting out this time, by the way. I'm pretty sure I've made them very, very slightly closer to each other than we did have originally here. And here's not the best place to like look at it, because I think this is the same grid. This has got a 5. This is the grid that we originally were using, was a 5 to give them plenty of space, but then we had to move them closer. Those are still on a 5, but yeah, this is where we had to go extreme because we were getting attacked from the back too often. But yeah, it's not going to be this extreme, but it should look a lot more like this. So we'll have like pretty decent outside protection. The other thing too is I'm also aware and accepting the fact that I will have a fence line on the other side of a turret, and the turrets will probably shoot the fence lines and stuff. I don't care. We had that on the first location and I changed it to what we have here, where it's well and truly outside of it and stuff, because obviously they kept, when we'd have an attacker or something like that, we'd break the fence. But this is on the absolute maximum outside I can possibly get. This is the outside build line, right? Whereas the fence is on the outside build line. This is going to give us just a little bit more food for the animals. Just a tiny bit. Not all of it's useful, but some of it will be. And then we'll have the turrets, which will also slow the enemies going over the fence. So that should help us, because like even if we put the turrets out further, they would get shot by it and stuff. But this gives us a bit more of a range to shoot them, because it's a little bit further back. We should have more space to hit one kind of thing because of the radius and stuff. It will break the fence every single time, but it's fine. Every single time that kind of thing happens, we'll just rope the animals up, which, by the way, I don't actually have a hitching spot yet. And I should probably put a hitching spot like here or something, so it's not very far from my people. Just for the moment, I gotta still have it where they can access stuff, but where it's close enough to like bring stuff down. I guess like here might do. I just don't want them to decide where a good hitching spot is, because knowing them, they'll put it on top of like a fucking gross spot or some shit, or on the worst part of the map they can possibly find. Balco's got some inspiration. Cool. Go for it. How are we going with those? These transport pods must be ready. Steel's ready to go. Hold on. Let's get the steel in here. Let's move this a little bit further away from the wall. Let's put that up there. Steel's ready to launch. This will be great. We need the steel. So I'll check around my transport pods and see what ready to launch, because I've got people that are going to be launching, so I might not have sent one of those before. Steel's ready again. Cool. I've packed up a lot of steel. I also packed up a lot of food, but I don't have good storage for it yet. Seahorse and Mal are ready to go. Send you guys up in here too. These ones probably don't have enough fuel yet. I got nothing in that one. What about this one? This one's got a Costa and Lincoln and some steel. This one should be good to go. The other one doesn't have enough fuel, I don't think, to get out here yet. So what I want, I just want to toggle off automatic refuel except for this one for just a moment. I want them to refuel that one because it's got a person in it, but they are also still, oh no, they've finished it. All right, so I may just not have fuel. That's okay. That one's got nothing in it. That one's got steel ready to go. Whoops. Well, shit. We're gonna lose 300 steel, I guess. I'm surprised that didn't give me an option to cancel that. I would kind of want to see it like crash land over here. I don't know if it's just gonna like lose that. It only prompts me to be like, hey, if you send it here, it's gonna lose it. So maybe it counted that I hit it, or maybe it landed on like another thing, but I don't think it's going to. So I think that one's got, I don't know if that's the steel one. That should be the last one. I don't know if we're going to lose 300 steel. I mean, if I lose 300 steel out of this whole thing, that's honestly the least of my worries. If it had the people in it, it may just caravan. Teleport arrived. No colonists were inside the... Yeah. No shit. No shit, transport pod. That was a bit of a waste. I haven't done that before. I believe it usually... I guess it just says contents will be lost. So, yeah. We lost 300 steel. Kind of a shame. But hey, at least it was just steel. Marble blocks ready to go. Alright. I'm trying not to pelt Lincoln, who's decided to have a nap out in the open there. This one's got my food. Survival meals. I could send the survival meals, but I don't want them to deal with hauling that just yet. This one's got slate blocks. I'm also trying to get stuff out of the ones that I don't need at the moment. Package survival meals. Which reminds me, all of these say don't refuel it just for a moment. So I just need the fuel to go up in this one so that we can send Sanmar. I don't want her stuck in there for long. Weeks 8 kibble. Yeah, no, you're gonna be unhappy. What are the pods? There's nothing in this. There's gold and silver. I don't want to launch that yet. There's stuff loading into that one. Herbal medicine. I do want to send the herbal medicine. Now we've got some air conditioned space. Maybe we could. But although they should have a decent amount of herbal stuff here. I'm pretty sure there's a few plants for them. Yeah, there's a few plants for them to like kick up. If they did that, they'd have like 38 like healing straight up. So yeah. Oh, and Mal's starting to dig. This is why I brought over fucking Mal. I don't know what it is with Mal, but like if there's an option to be mining, he's doing it. So like I have other things he can do. He just, yeah, it will be the thing that he does. All right, we got plenty of different kinds of blocks, so I can pretty much make anything in anything. I'm probably going to work with marble. This time we worked with slate here. I do like slate. I think slate looks very visually pretty. And again, I'm also just like, I like black as color, so yeah, that I might be biased. But I'll make some shit out of marble this time. Nason's awful barracks. Yeah, it is. Look, I'm going to get you guys to start working on probably one set of bedroom. I kind of think like this one might be the best one to work on because it's the closest. But yeah, I guess this is pretty close, although they have to walk around there. So if they got to walk around there, they might as well walk around up here. So we'll make this into a bedroom. And that way they can have some space and some privacy. And there's donkeys up here too. I should really hunt. but I don't have, well, if I had one person dedicated to peeling, I guess we could get like a decent amount of meat and a good amount of, what do you call it? Fur and stuff like that. It's kind of winter here, so it shouldn't be too many animals. I don't super want to hunt anything and everything, but if one of my people are like primary cook, I'm pretty sure most of the people I've sent over here can do construction and mining. I'll double check that. But yeah. The other thing too is I've got to go around and make sure we don't put roofs over the geothermals when we enclose them. So yeah. There's also animal starvation because, like I said, my main base, Dryden, is gone through like a cold snap and stuff, so nothing much we could do about that. But yeah, the big difference between this place and Dryden is the fact that I am trying to do double walls for the back, for the bedrooms at the back. Last time they just weren't insulated enough and the outer rooms would get really cold. So my people would still be sleeping in the cold even though a few people were like super sweltering. But yeah, if I can send a couple of people up here, get started on these. Because I shouldn't have too much building at the moment. I don't super want to build, I guess I should build this wall kind of first. And I'll just select some bits and pieces for them to not build up, because otherwise I know my people will get stuck, because that's what they do. But yeah, if I get them some private bedrooms, because I pretty much threw down that little